Hi guys, Naomi from Craft Buddy here, ready to share a brand new paper crafting kit with you. This kit is called Sunny Days Floral Watering Can Card Kit. It makes beautiful watering can shaped cards. In the kit you're going to get 16 beautiful shaped card blanks. You'll also get 8 embellishment sheets. You've got 2 cards worth of embellishments on each of those sheets. You've also got in there sentiments and envelopes as well, so as your sticky pads to enable you to get crafting straight away. On the back of this contents page, you'll see there is some inspiration for each of the card designs, each of the 8 card designs there. So you've got something to get you started. Let me take you through the kit. So you're going to get an absolutely huge number of foam pads in here. We've listened to some of your feedback and we've doubled the amount of foam pads in this card kit. So you've got 1,000 foam pads in there. You've got your envelopes, your 6x6 envelopes to fit your cards. So you've got those in your kit. So you've got 16 envelopes for you ready to post your cards once you've finished. And then within your kit, you've got all these beautiful embellishment sheets. So as you can see, each of the sheets is doubled because you've got 2 cards worth of embellishments on each one. You'll see in the corner there is a number 1 and a number 2. So you can see very clearly that there are 2 cards worth on here. And these are some of the lovely designs that are on these kits. You can see the colourways. So we've got lovely yellows and blues. We've got some pinks. We've got our lovely mixtures of spring and summer type flowers. We've got in here our lovely, there's butterflies, there's little creatures, you'll see little hedgehogs and little frogs and ladybirds and all sorts of different things for you to really get creative with and decoupage up on your cards. There's even some gorgeous tulips as well. So you've got all those lovely embellishment sheets. You've also got 2 sheets, one in silver foil and one in gold, with lots of sentiments for you to take your pick from. We've given you lots extra, and I'll be able to show you in a little while why we always give you lots extra, because we know that you canny crafters will want to make more of this kit than we have given to you. And I'll take you through these beautiful watering can designs. So you've got 2 in this beautiful purple style watering can. You can see there those lovely sort of metallic vintage looking watering cans, and then the inside is decorated and there's a space in there for you to stamp or place a sentiment, and also for you to write in, and we've made sure that it's all coordinated. As you can see, we've decorated the cards front and back, so I'm sure some of you already are looking at that snippability and the fact that you'll be able to take this card kit a lot further. So there's our lovely purple. We've also got here this gorgeous yellow and blue, got some lovely sunflowers and things in here. And when you get your cards, I'll show you on this one, you will have some pieces that may still just be sitting in there. They're all die cut and they will just pop out. They're just in there from transporting. So you can take out any of the spare bits. And again, you'll have 2 in that colourway. We've also got this one. This has got some lovely, they almost look like the daylilies that you get in the garden. They're very quick to go over, aren't they, daylilies? So it's lovely to have some florals that will last a bit longer. I think these would make gorgeous get well soon cards, birthday cards, Mother's and Father's Day if you've got a gardener in your family. Just great for that. Got these lovely tulips. I love the purple colourway in this. You know, if you know me at all, you'll know I always tend to pick up purple by accident. So this would obviously be my card blank of choice. There's some more of those lovely daisies, lovely yellow sunflower style flowers. We've got our multicoloured tulips in a polka dot watering can, just stunning. And these look just so beautiful once they are decoupaged up. You will see some lovely dark peony style flowers in here as well. And then finally, pretty in pink. Here we go. And these have got so much glorious detail on. And let me take you through some finished samples. Once they are completed, and you can see here, this lovely card has got all the decoupage on. We've got all those lovely layers in there. There's a little bird sitting on the watering can. You've got all that lovely dimension for you to add in. It's all now ready for you to add your messages. And you can see here, I've used a stamped sentiment to add in there. All of the different colourways with those sentiments added in for extra detail. And also you've got those gorgeous tulips. I do love this little hedgehog on this card. If I zoom that in a little bit for you, you'll be able to see that in more detail. So you can see there, you've got your little hedgehog. You've got all of those decoupage layers that will build that card up to give it some real sort of texture. And it really makes that card so super special. Okay, and then you've got butterflies in here as well to add in. I just love the fullness of how the card is just filled with all of that beautiful colour and range of flowers. We've really tried to make them really sort of giftable and craftable for you. And then the final couple of cards here. So we've got our purple tulips in here, and then finally our little pinks. So there is an absolute array of different cards for you to make with this kit. Right, so when you want to make a card, you want to take out the bits and pieces you need from your kit. So I've chosen a card blank. So I've chosen this one with those gorgeous sunflowers on it. I've chosen my embellishment. You can see here, I've already made the first card. So this is my second go at using this kit. So I've got all the bits and pieces for my second card here. And I've got my sentiments out so I can choose an appropriate one later on. I'm going to go right through from the beginning. So you can see all my bits and pieces are still in their sheet. They're all beautifully die cut. And I'm going to pop those out now. I thought I'll do this one with you from start to finish. Because lovely Charlie, who's doing the filming today, has never seen this right through to the end. So we will make sure we go start to finish, right from taking all the bits and pieces out of your die cut sheet, and you'll see in real time how quickly these cards can come together. And when I finished at the end, I've got some extra samples to show you of other things you can do with the kit to take and extend it further and sort of change up the different ways you're using these pieces. So I have removed every piece from my embellishment sheet. I'm going to use some of the foam pads that come in the kit. So, you know, basically you've got everything you need within the one box. And I'm going to start off with that top layer. There's an extra little piece in here to pop out. And if ever you're not sure, if you turn it over, can you see there's another one there hiding? I'll get rid of those extra pieces to add into that decoupage. I'm going to close up my card, make sure that I've got the front at the front, and you'll know if you got it the right way around because the back image is a mirror of the front, so the decoupage pieces won't sit correctly if you try to stick them to the back. They'll be slightly off kilter. I'm just going to add in some of the foam pads. You don't need to go too overboard with these because you're just adding some dimension to a piece of card. It's not overly heavy. You can use glue gel if you prefer to use glue gel for your decoupage. You could use a ball tool and shape some of the flowers if you so wish. There's lots of different ways of creating with this. So I'm going to move some bits out of the way so I can bring you in a little bit closer so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to line up all of these flowers, and this is my largest piece. So I'm going to look at this flower here, this flower here, and this flower here. If those ones are all lined up, then the others will be lined up too. Okay, and then I'm going to lay that down, and that's my first layer of decoupage in place. Okay, so then I've got my white daisies. So I've got one for the top here. So I'm going to add in a couple of foam pads. And then place this one over the top. And again, I'm just looking at these key petals, just 2 or 3 places on your embellishment so that you can line those up and place those down, and they will start bringing those flowers forward. I've then got a second larger daisy that comes down here. So I'm going to add in again a couple of foam pads, 2 or 3. You've got plenty. We've given you lots extra to enable you to really go to town with whatever it is you want to do. Just add those in and create lots of dimension on this card, and you'll see how beautifully these come together. Again, I'm looking for key points on the flower so that I can line the image up, because they are a copy of each other, to bring those forward. I've then got this lovely rose here, which I'm going to add in. Bring that one a bit more into focus. And you'll see with this embellishment sheet there are some leaves. And what I'm going to do is, instead of putting them over the leaves that are already in place, I'm going to add them in extra places, so it looks like the leaves that are already printed onto your card blank are behind these additional pieces. So I can see here I'm going to add an extra one in down here, and it just lifts it up and brings it forward. I'm going to add another one where there's all this clump of leaves here. I'm going to add this one over the top. I'm not lining it up with anything, it just means it gives more texture to that collection of leaves. Okay, I'm going to add a couple more around and about the place as well. And there's some extra little embellishments in here. You've got extra daisies, there's a butterfly, there's a ladybird and a bee for me to add in as well. I'm going to add some up here. There's some extra leaves in here, again just bringing that forward. And I've then got one more lot of leaves here. So these ones are just to give you that extra texture on the floral arrangement and just lift it away from the background. So I'm going to add that one in there, and you'll see that that's bringing that all forward. We've got these 2 smaller daisies, which I'm going to use in a little moment. I'm going to fold my bee and give it a little bit of dimension before adding that in. Now you'll find with these foam pads, if you fold them, they are much easier to take off. I'm going to put 2 little foam pads down the centre where I've folded, and then add my butterfly in. Now because I've got this peachy colour here, I'm going to mirror that on the other side of the arrangement over onto that flower. I'm then going to choose my sentiment. So this is blues and yellows, so I'm going to look for one in blues and yellows. I think I'm going to choose an oval pale blue sentiment, and I'm going to put this on my watering can down here before I add in any more of the other pieces. So again, I'm just using my foam pad. So you can use a wet glue, you can use a glue gel. If you prefer to use a tape or something like that, you can use any of those that you have in your stash, but these are very handy little pads to have. So I'm going to add this centrally to the watering can, and I'm going to use these little daisies to add around my sentiment, to add in a little bit more detail. So I'm going to have one down here, and then I'm going to have the other one just across here. I'm going to sit it slightly underneath on this side. There, I've got a little bee to add in. So it's just all these little tiny details. You can add as many or as few of them as you wish. But they are a lovely, if you've not ever used a card kit before, they're a lovely way to get you started. But as you'll see in a minute, you can get all your crafty stash out and really have fun taking this kit and making it in all sorts of different ways. I'm going to have my little ladybird going up the spout. There we go, and that's our card finished. If I turn that round so you can see properly, because I'm making it, let's get the shine off there for you, so you can see all that beautiful detail. You've got all the dimension from the decoupage there, So I wanted to show you some different ways of using the cards, and this is one of the cards that comes in the kit, but you can see I've used it as a card topper to make a really lovely large 8x8 card just by adding in some craft items from my stash. So I've got a card blank, some lovely pattern cards that matches the colours of the topper. I haven't used the front and the back. I've made another card with the other piece of the card blank, and you can see it's a little easel card that is using the other watering can. There we go, so you can see that. So that's just using that also as a topper. So one of the things I wanted to show you was that I've used one of the card blanks but made two cards here, and although the decoupage layers don't completely match on the reverse card because it's a mirror image, you will find that by placing them, all you're doing is creating more layers onto your image, and it doesn't look odd. So it just means that you can halve those decoupage pieces and use and create in lots of different ways. You can make all sorts of signs like this little craft shed sign that's been made. So whether you want to use this kit instead of making cards to make other things that would be great for a craft stall, to add a point of difference to any sort of sale that you're having, whether you're making for somebody who loves to garden or has a craft shed in their garden, these would be just lovely examples of that. You've even got the front and back decorated, so if it was going to go in a window, it would look perfect. So I really hope that you will enjoy the Sunny Days watering can card kit. You can see there's so many different ways of using that kit to create really beautiful standout pieces, whether they be cards, gifts, or home decor. So have lots of fun with it, and we really look forward to seeing what you make.